First up this evening, easing pressure on Valley teachers, the new rules for substitute teachers, and the money available for parents who are looking for other options.
One thing we have learned over the last 2 years is that the best place for students is at school, learning in person.
As schools try to keep your kids in the classroom amid a surge of COVID cases, rules are now changing for substitute teachers.
And parents can also apply for up to $7,000 to help pay for their kids' childcare if their school closes because of a COVID outbreak. But there is not enough money for everyone. Whitney Clark joins us in the newsroom with what you need to know. Whitney.
Hey, Jamie and Jared. So the $10 million set aside for this will help around 1,400 families in the state. That's according to the governor's office. And just today, the Arizona State Board of Education decided to change a rule so subs can stay in a district longer than just 120 days a year. The Dysart Unified School District superintendent reports 200 teachers were out Monday, and they could only find about 70 substitutes, which means getting creative, combining classes or spreading students out to other rooms.
They could have the principal go in and cover the class for an hour, and then another assistant principal for an hour, and then who knows, they keep just switching other staff around.
Can we do one more?
And that brings down the quality of a child's education, according to Quinn Kellis, the superintendent of the Dysart School District. He spoke up at the virtual Arizona State Board of Education meeting today.
That is excluding any federal funds.
The board voting to change substitute teaching requirements because of the dire need in Arizona schools. Before, subs could only teach in a school for up to 120 days. That has been removed. For emergency substitutes, their certificate was good for 1 year. Now it's 2.
All the substitutes are vetted. They have to have the background checks. They have to have the fingerprint clearance.
While this won't solve the state's school staffing problem, Kellis thinks this will give them a greater pool of applicants as his teachers and principals are burned out and demand for subs across Arizona is at an all-time high.
In fact, just in the last 2 weeks, each one of these weeks, we've seen absences in schools over 40% what the prior records were. So I have to say that it's a crisis in staffing right now is an understatement.
Meanwhile, if schools close even for a day because of COVID, the online portal is now live to apply for up to $7,000 for your family's childcare, tutoring, transportation costs, and more. Parents will not get the cash if approved. The state will pay for the services directly, and you have to meet certain income requirements. A link and all of the details for Governor Doug Ducey's proposed program is available now on azfamily.com. So in terms of those substitute changes that were made today, this was proposed by the Rural Arizona Schools Coalition and the Arizona School Administrators Association. The executive director of that group telling me what we kind of heard already. This is not a solution for everything, but it's a small and important change. In the newsroom, Whitney Clark, Arizona's Family.